It is also an antioxidant. All the different colors, and I'm sure it's very appetizing. So you see, you leave it in the pan there to saute for a little bit. You can even put the lid back on. Right? So here we have it, and the bread. Welcome to Uzima Lifestyle Center. Eat for optimal health. Today, we are going to make a very simple recipe called chia pudding. Chia pudding is a very simple recipe that you can have for breakfast, you can have it for dessert, or you can have it at any time during the day. Now, it's very important that I let you know the benefits of chia. Chia is one of those very important foods that would give us our omega-3 fatty acids. Now, this omega-3 fatty acid that comes from chia is plant-based, so it's packed with the good nutrients for your body. It also has a lot of antioxidants, the things that build up your body, your immune system. It helps you to lower your cholesterol. It also helps you with weight management, and it's good for your overall health. So chia is something you need to try to incorporate in your meals on a weekly basis because it's so very, very beneficial to your health. So for our recipe today, these are the things we need. We need our chia. We need our almond milk. We can use raisins, coconut flakes. You can put some nuts in it, as well as some fruits, whatever fruits you choose to use. On this video, you're going to have the full recipe, so you're going to have the different measurements. So we are not going to concern ourselves too much with the measurements right now. What we are going to focus on is how to make this very simple but interesting and beneficial recipe. So you have your bowl. You need to have a wide enough bowl so that you can do some stirring. And so you place your chia seeds. This is about a cup of chia seeds. You place it in the bowl like that. And then to this, you add your milk. And by the way, this is almond milk, and we know almonds are very good source of your protein. Okay, and a very good substitute for dairy milk. Okay, so once you pour that in there, you start your stirring process, and you stir it enough so that it can blend in very well. To this, you're going to add a little bit of vanilla, Then you're going to have your sweetener, which is your maple syrup. And you continue stirring. You swish it really, really well. Now you have a choice. You can either add your coconut flakes now and your raisins and your other nuts, or you can add it while you're serving. But for today, we are going to add them. So you have your coconut flakes. Now you notice when you add your coconut flakes, it's giving it a more firm consistency. And then you can add your raisins. You notice it's getting thicker and thicker as we continue to mix it. To this you can add your nuts. As a matter of fact, you can add whatever you want to add to this chia pudding. You can make it as rich as you'd like to make it, or whatever you choose to do. You notice the consistency is becoming thicker and thicker because it's a pudding. As we keep on mixing, you can even, when you're finished making it and you're ready to serve it, you can add granola, you can add bananas, whatever you choose to add. Now, after you're finished doing this, then you can put it in the refrigerator, and then it becomes a little firm, right? When it gets a little firm, then you can add your additional fruits. See how nice and yummy it looks? Add some color. You can even add some wheat germ to it if you care to. You can make it as interesting as you would like to have it. Whatever you choose to add to it, that is fine. You can add some additional fruits and so forth. You notice the consistency. As you keep on stirring, it becomes thicker and thicker. Now this mixture, you would put it in your refrigerator. Remember, you can add the fruits before you refrigerate, or if you have really fresh fruits, you can add the fruits after you refrigerate. So this consistency, you'll take a saran wrap and put over it, and you'll put it in your refrigerator. You can put it in the refrigerator. Some people prefer to do it overnight, and some people prefer to do it just a few hours before they serve it. That's your choice. But make sure you put it in the refrigerator so when you're ready to serve it, it's nice and cold and appetizing. Okay, so that's your chia pudding. Now, this is what the finished product looks like. And you can see the consistency of the chia. You see it's nice and firm so that you can eat it with a spoon, and you can add fruits around your plate. Make it as interesting as possible. And remember, I said you can use this recipe for a breakfast meal because chia is packed with not only the omega-3, it has a lot of fiber as well. And all of those things are good for your body, help your body to function at optimum. So you can add your fruits, you have your bowl of chia pudding, and that can be a very nice breakfast or you can use it as a dessert. If you're using it as a dessert, you want the portion to be a little smaller. But if you're going to use this as your main breakfast meal, then this is a pretty good serving. Fruit platter as well as your chia seeds. I want to thank you for joining us today. I hope that you will try this recipe. Leave a comment on our page and let us know how yours came out. Remember, eat for optimum health, because your body is God's temple. Thank you so much. Hello and welcome to Uzima Lifestyle Center Eat for Health. Today we'll be making two very interesting recipes. As a matter of fact, we'll make one recipe and in our next episode we'll have the second recipe. Today we are making scrambled tofu with vegetables. Scrambled tofu with vegetables. For this recipe you need organic tofu, just 1 pound, and this is how the tofu looks. And then we have Bragg's amino, turmeric, and there are lots of very good health benefits of turmeric. Turmeric is anti-inflammatory and it's good for a whole lot of things. Then we have broccoli. And broccoli is known to be one of those cruciferous vegetables that are very beneficial to our body. Helps to fight lots of different diseases like cancer and so forth. And then we have here our variety of peppers. We have green pepper, red pepper, and yellow pepper. These are all sweet peppers. And as you see the colors, you have a lot of antioxidants in there. Some lycopene in the red ones and so forth, and these are very beneficial for your body. Builds up your antioxidant level that helps you to fight against free radicals. Okay, so these are very important. Here we have our garlic, and we know that garlic is anti-inflammatory. Garlic is also antiviral, antifungal, etc. Here we have our onions. And we also have some sorry about that. We have some onions and we also have some celery here, and then we have our salt. Remember, in our last episode we said that we use Himalayan pink salt that has a lot of minerals in it. So these are all our ingredients. I'm going to go them over. The onions, then you have the Himalayan pink salt, you have the garlic, you have the sweet peppers, a variety of sweet peppers. You have green, you have red, you have yellow, we have broccoli, and we said this is a cruciferous vegetable. We have turmeric, which is anti-inflammatory and it helps with a whole lot of different things. Then you have the Bragg's amino, and then we have the tofu. In a previous segment, we talked about soybean and its value. Tofu is actually made from soybean. So we know this, it lowers the cholesterol, it's an excellent source of fiber, it is good for your skin, it lowers your risk of coronary heart disease, and so many other things. And one of the other things that we know about soybean is that it is good to help you to strengthen your bones, very good for osteoporosis. So all of these things that we have here as our ingredients are all very beneficial for your health. Now, how do we make scrambled tofu? First of all, you get your tofu, organic tofu, and you drain it and you wash it. You just rinse it out a little bit and then you just mash it slightly. You're scrambling the tofu here. Okay. So this is what the scrambled tofu looks like when it's all scrambled. Okay, good. All right. The next very important thing that we are going to do, we are going to take our garlic, our onions, and our sweet peppers, and we are going to saute that very quickly. And while that is sauteing, and we are going to add the tofu to that, and then later on we are going to add the turmeric, etc. So we're going to begin first with our onions and our garlic. We are going to saute the onion and the garlic, and to this we're going to add the tofu, and then we're going to add our peppers and our broccoli, etc. So follow me. Little bit of coconut oil, and you have it, make sure that it gets nice and warm, nice and hot. And when this is heated, then you're going to add your garlic, yes, we need to wait for a few more seconds until it's a little more warm, and then I'm going to add the onions. Garlic, your onions, good. Now we can add our onions. So we're going to make sure that this sautés very well. And actually you can put the cover, put the lid back on so that you can make sure that it sautés very well. So if you come in a little closer, you're going to see it sautéing nicely there. I'm going to remove the cover a little bit to make sure it gets nice. Now after this sautés for a little while, I think we can leave it a little more to saute. I'm going to put the cover back on. So you want to make sure that it cooks through very well. Very good. Now to this, I'm going to add my peppers. Remember we said we had 3 different types of peppers. This is our yellow peppers, our red peppers, green peppers, and this is our red peppers. See how nice and pretty this looks? So you make sure this cooks through very well. And then I'm going to add my broccoli spears. Now it's always good for you to cover your pot so that it can simmer, right? So we're going to leave that in for a little while and let it simmer. All the juices that will come from the vegetables will just blend in there, and it will give this a nice rich flavor. So periodically as it is sauteing, you can open your pot. You notice I'm not adding any water to this because the vegetables itself would spring its own water, its own juices. In that way, if you make sure that it cooks properly, that it springs its own juice, then the dish will be a lot more delicious. Because all the vegetables are in there. While this is being sauteed, I have my tofu here, and over here I am going to bring across my turmeric and my Bragg's amino. I'll add the Bragg's amino to the tofu, and then I'm going to add my turmeric. Now this scrambled tofu literally looks like scrambled eggs when it's finished cooking. So while that is being sauteed, I have my scrambled tofu here, and I'm just mixing in the Bragg's amino as well as the turmeric. The turmeric is what gives it its lovely color. Okay, so we keep checking on this. Oh my goodness, this is looking really, really good. You notice it's not burning or anything like that. It is being steamed in its own juice. So it becomes nice and healthy looking. Periodically, you will take a moment and stir it a little bit to make sure nothing is sticking at the bottom of the pan or anything like that. Now we are going to add our tofu. Now you see this look like really scrambled eggs. We allow this to cook for a while, about 10 minutes or so. Now, one of the reasons why we add the Bragg's amino gives it a nice flavor. So we're going to allow this to cook for another, like about 10 minutes or so. Again, I cover the pot to make sure everything simmers very nicely there. Okay, we're going to allow that to stand for a few minutes. This is nicely cooked. See all the lovely colors. You're seeing the green, you're seeing the yellow, you're seeing the red. Nice and beautiful. Our finished product, scrambled tofu with vegetables. So you see what the finished product looks like. Isn't that beautiful? All the different colors, and I'm sure it's very appetizing. And I'm sure if you put this on your table, your children who don't like to eat vegetables a lot of times, some of them don't like broccoli, I'm sure they'll be very excited to take a taste of this. And this is a good substitute for eggs, right? So here we have it. And the bread is 12 grain whole wheat bread. So you want to keep it nice and nutritious. So here is our recipe for today. Scrambled tofu with vegetables. And we are going to accompany that with a nice slice of 12 grain whole wheat bread. Thank you very much for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed cooking with me today. This was so much fun for me, and I hope it was fun for you. Remember, your body is the temple of God. Your body is very important, so you need to take care of it. 3 John 2 says, "Beloved, I wish above all things that you prosper and be in health, even as your soul prospers." God wants us to enjoy abundant health. Thanks very much for joining us. Have a great day. It is also an antioxidant. All the different colors, and I'm sure it's very appetizing. So you see, you leave it in the pan there to saute for a little bit. You can even put the lid back on. Cook up rice. Right? So here we have it. And the bread